Support provided by Walters, Papillon, Thomas Cullins, LLC, specializing in business litigation and personal injury cases for over 40 years.
What do you say, guys? How about that band? Give me a hand for that band, man. Go! Woo! Yeah. It take much to fire me up. That fired me up today, I'll tell you that. Hey, you know, being the head football coach at Louisiana State University, fighting LSU Tigers is something I get up and do with privilege every day and an honor every day. But we're excited about this upcoming season. And we're excited about the educational opportunities we're giving our student athletes. And I want to thank you guys in advance for what you do to help me recruit these great players that we're recruiting for networking. A lot of you guys give out our players jobs after they graduate. A lot of you guys give our guys internships, and that enables me to recruit some of the best players in the country. We graduate 90% of our student athletes, and I want to tell you, that's right. And when I go talk to those mamas, they want to hear about education and about networking. And I promise you that's the first thing I talk about, because that's the most important thing. You know, we're a team here, and it takes a lot of people to do the things that we do. But I want to introduce Walt and Kenneth and his gang, our academic people. Y'all please stand. That's my team right there. Hey, that's the A-team. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We have 3 of our players that are going to graduate this Friday. Braden Fehoko, Stephon Sullivan, and Jonathan Giles are going to graduate. Leonard Fournette, Blake Ferguson, and Joe Burrows already graduated. And we have 14 guys on track to graduate by December. How about that? Yeah. Good. Recruiting is going very well. We're ranked 1, 2, and 3 in the country. We have a well-rounded class, 2 excellent quarterbacks, very good defensive line, some of the best wide receivers in the country. We're looking forward to finishing this class and be one of the top classes in America to already add to the class that we have in. Camp is coming. We're starting camp. And here's my mantra, block out the noise. Hey, when they're talking good about you, you want to read that tweeter machine, man. Everybody's getting on that tweeter machine. You want to read it. My tweeter machine is turned off. That's it. And I'm glad y'all didn't have that Ralph or Salafush. We never got past number 1. Anyway. But the focus is on camp. The focus is on LSU football, about getting better, about getting back to the fundamentals, about stance, alignment, assignment, technique, get off, practicing the heat, and getting ready to play. Now we're talking about the team. You know, I get asked a lot of questions about our season. And somebody asked me last night, said, Coach, you got a tough road game. I said, well, if you call Georgia Southern a tough road game, that's all that's on my mind. And that's the only game that we're going to think about after we finish camp. And then we're going to take them one at a time. We got a great team coming back, but I want to talk about our facilities. A lot of you guys have seen it, our facility. I'd like to thank Richard Lemsky. He was the first TAF president. I'd like to thank all of you guys that donated to make this the best facility in all the world. It's what the Tigers deserve. I tell the guys, when you sign at LSU, you deserve the very best. And now we're giving them the very best. Now, along with that, we need to give these people the very best, and you're going to get that from our football team this year. The nutritional center is something else. It's great. We bet to feed the guys twice a day, 3 times in camp. We have a brand new nutritionist. We have a cook that's from Seattle, but he was born and raised in Baton Rouge, so he knows how to season the food. Got a lot of hot sauce on the table, so we're in good shape. But, you know, we have some guys that need to lose weight. We have some guys that need to gain weight. And nutrition is the up-and-coming thing in football. And also rest. Now, you saw those nice lockers and everything, and they fold out in the bed. But you know what? Our guys in camp are going to save 2 or 3 hours of rest by just taking a nap in their little locker. Now, I want to say this to you. Coach Stovall, I know you'd be worried about this too. I got some big linemen that I got to push every once in a while. So before practice, I'm going to have to go wake a couple of them up because I think they'll be taking a long nap. But we're excited about the functionality of our center. It's very functional, it's nice, but it's the best our players can get. So we're excited about that. All right, now let me talk about offense. Everybody wants to know about offense. And yes, we're running the spread. Yes, we will throw the ball to the tight end. And yes, we throw the ball over the middle. I'll tell NewsMakers every time, NewsMakers, the first play, throw the ball to the tight end over the middle. That's all you got to do. Obviously, we're excited about Joe Burrow. Hey, how about a hand for Joe Burrow, the job he did? Joe got better and better throughout the year. And at the beginning of the year, we wanted to run him. He's a dual threat quarterback, and you've seen one of his strengths is running. Miles Brennan was a little light. Miles was about 195. Now he's up to 210, and he's completely healthy. Last year, he had a stress fracture in his back. We only had one scholarship quarterback on our roster for most of the seasons. So I told NewsMakers, I said, look, be careful running Joe. He gets hurt, you got to go in, man. Miles is ready to go. Miles is going to play a significant playing time this year. Now, I'm not going to put him in with a 7-7 because he throws an interception. Y'all going to be mad at me. So that ain't happening. We got Peter Parrish, who's a scholarship player, a dual threat quarterback. And we have two excellent quarterbacks in this class committed to us. So we're getting the quarterback roster on track. Our wide receiver position is probably the strongest on the football team, led by Justin Jefferson, who had a tremendous year last year. Him and Joe has a special combination about each other. They've been working very hard this summer, along with Jamar Chase, Terrace Marshall, and a young man that's really showed us some stuff this summer is Trey Palmer from Kentwood, an outstanding receiver. We have a lot of depth there. At tight end, we got Joe Brady from the Saints. Excellent spread, run, passing, option coach. And so he brought all the tight end plays with him. So we just didn't have a tight end to run those plays. So I brought Stephon Sullivan. I said, look at all these nice tight end plays we got. So anybody can run them? So I can run them because I said, you are tight end, let's go. But Stephon weighs 250 now, 6'5", 250. And what we want out of our tight end, our tight end is not an offensive tackle anymore. He used to be an offensive tackle, and maybe he catch the ball in the flat. Now our tight end actually is going to run down the field and catch the ball. So we want some athletes at that position that can stretch the field and give the defense some problems. We're going to split them out and do all kinds of things. At running back, I am so happy to have Clyde back. Clyde is an excellent running back. And a great young man, can catch the ball out of the backfield. I just talked to John Robinson. How about us having John Robinson on our staff at 82 years? 82 years old. He's in the staff meeting. Goes, Coach, I love that little running back, man. He reminds me of Charlie White. He says, Coach, we'll play it in the Rose Bowl. We'll play in Ohio State, and we were behind. He said, I got on the headset, final drive, and he said, give the ball to Charlie White behind Anthony Munoz or you're fired. I said, Coach, that's a pretty good coaching move by you right there, man. But it's good to have him, and it's good to have this coaching staff that we have, along with Steve Ensminger, who played here, him and Joe Brady, a tremendous combination. I'm excited about those guys. Two great running backs we recruited out of high school from the state of Louisiana. One from Baton Rouge right here. Tyron Davis is a bull now. Tyron's about 6'2.5", about 230, can run, can pound the ball. Although we're going to the spread, that means we're going to work out of 3 wide receiver sets, 4, and yes, you will see 5. Last year, I asked Steve to go 5. Let me get this water here. Last year, I asked Steve to go 5. See, I don't need that microphone. Last year, I asked Steve to go 5. He says, Coach, we don't have 5 receivers healthy. I said, okay. Not a good idea, okay? But we really think John Emery is going to be a difference maker for us. He is really an outstanding back, him and Tyron Davis, along with Leonard Fournette. I think those guys will be really good players. Offensive line, we got to come through, man. We got to come through. This game is one up front. It's about the big man. And I feel like we have one of the best centers in the country, one of the best centers in the SEC, and Lloyd Cushenberry. Great right guard in Damian Lewis. At left guard is going to be behind Chason Hines. Chason Hines, I think he's have a chance. Him and Adrian McGee or Cordell Thomas, the #1 guard in the country. At right tackle, Austin Deckles, he's a third-year starter. He's got to have a better year. He's got to be more consistent. At left tackle, Sadiq Charles, the third-year starter, got to have a better year. Got to be more consistent. Wait, we're going to go 5 wides. We'll get the back out of the backfield. That means they only got 5 protected. Got to win their one-on-ones. But the thing that we're working on offense is getting that ball out of the quarterback's hands quick, short, easy throws. Check with me as the line of scrimmage. One Saturday, we have a good defense. One of the best defensive backfields I've been around. The best defensive core I've been around a long time. Our offense, the last Saturday before the spring game, completed 80% of their balls. Offense was happy, defense wasn't. Okay. All right, I think I covered the offense there, covered every position right there. So we're going through the spread. We're going to be 50-50. We ought to be in great shape. Okay, on defense, it all starts up front. And we're excited to, we have 2 young freshmen that were mid-year graduates in Derek Stingley, who's starting for us at corner already, excellent player, and Apu Ika. And I say this all the time, he's a slim 356. How about that? Huh? Now, when we met him, he was 390. And we went up, you may have heard me say this story, but I love saying it. I love going recruiting. I mean, it's the lifeblood of our program. I worked for Jimmy Johnson at the University of Miami. And I was 27 years old when he says, hey, Ed, I want to speak to you. I said, okay, Coach, yes, sir. He says, come in my office. I said, I'm going to get my notebook. He said, you won't need one? Okay. He said, Ed, I've been noticing you said you're motivated, that you want to be a good coach, huh? I said, yes, sir. I want to be a great one. He said, I'm going to tell you my secret. I said, Coach, I need my notebook. He said, I told you don't need a notebook. I'm going to tell you my secret right now. Get great players. And on the way out, he says, coach them up. I said, you got it, Coach. I've been on a mission ever since. So me and Bill, Bill Bush, one of our best recruiters, went to Salt Lake City. And Apple was one of the top guys in the country. We needed some defensive linemen. So this is a big trip for us. So we went up there, and we usually go to 6, 7 schools, but it's Salt Lake City, so we went to 1 or 2. So Bill's going to take me sightseeing in Salt Lake City. He likes Salt Lake City. I said, Bill, I'm from the Bay. I've seen enough mountains. I'm ready to go, man. So we go to Apu's house. So I'm expecting they're from Tonga. I'm Cajun. We're going to get along, right? Their culture, my culture, I'm going to make something happen. So I walked in there. Now, Apu's 6'3", 390. I'm expecting a big daddy. I'm looking around. Come this man about that tall. Hi, I'm Apu's dad. I said, you my man. What's up, man? Way to go. All right, man. What's going on? So we sat down, and we sat down to eat, and I like to eat, you can tell. I mean, I'm Cajun and eat rice, and gumbo, and etouffee, and fried this and fried that, you know what I mean? I thought everybody in the house had a rice cooker. Before I went to North Louisiana, I found out they didn't, but I was disappointed there. So we sit at the table, and I'm looking, and there's some fish. It's raw, with the head on and the tail. Not so fast. There's some rice in front of me, and then there's some things in some aluminum foil. Well, I don't know, you guys remember this. My mom used to cook me some stuffed bell peppers with ground meat with aluminum foil. I thought, baby, that's what it is. So I opened it up. It had some vegetables and some meat. Put it on my rice, ate it. It's okay. Everybody kept on eating, so I said, well, at least I know what that is. I'm going to go for it again. So I ate another one. Man, we had a great visit. I mean, a fantastic visit. And Bill Bush has a very dry sense of humor. He was driving, and we were going out there, and he said, well, Coach, I got a question for you. I said, what is it, Bill? I thought he was asking me something about recruiting. He goes, how'd you like that sheep? I said, what? He said, oh, yeah, that meat and that vegetable, that was sheep. Well, we signed Apuaika. I'd go back and eat 10 sheep, I promise you. But he and Tyler Shelvin, Tyler's a slim 343, and Tyler came to us about 380 himself. So we're going to be very strong at nose tackle. And on the defensive line, we're going more to an attack penetrating scheme. Dave did a study. 75% of the time that we had a tackle for a loss or a sack, we got off the field, we got out of the drive. So, you know what I told them? Let's get tackles for loss and sacks. Not that hard. But we got a strong defensive line. Rashard Lawrence is coming back. Glenn Logan, Brady Fajoko. I'm excited about those guys. Against the spread, you got to be able to rotate these guys. You know, the spread offense is going to run 100 plays. Well, you ain't going to ask our 356-pound guys to go 100 plays full speed. It's not going to happen. So we're going to rotate those guys and keep them fresh. On the outside linebacker, we got Killavon Chasson coming back. I do believe Killavon's a potential first-round draft choice. He's a potential 12, 15 sack a game type of guy. You're going to see him rushing. We missed him in our rush last year. We have a better four-man rush this year. At linebacker, we got a big contest, man. Well, a big job to fill Devin White's shoes. How about a hand for Devin White, the job he did? Wow. And you know, and last year is gone, but I think about one word for this team: grit. When I think about Devin White, I think about grit, character, loyalty. Those are the things that win games. Those are the things that the people we're recruiting. That matters. Not if you're 5-star, 4-star, 3-star. That'll make a hill of beans. When you come here, you got to produce. And I think Devin White was a great example of anybody that ever played at LSU. And I hope I'm the best. But we got a big contest between Jacob Phillips and Patrick Queen. Those two guys are going to be battling for that position. One of the biggest moves we made in all season, and this is Dave's move, we moved Michael Divinity from outside linebacker to stack linebacker. And I do believe Michael is going to have one heck of a season. He's backed up by Damone Clark now. Damone Clark looks like Tarzan, I can tell you that right now. And you see him running down the field, you'll think that's Tarzan. I don't know, you guys still know who Tarzan is, right? He's a big, strong, physical, fast young man right there from Southern Lab, and I think he's going to be an excellent linebacker once he matures and learns how to play the game. One of the best secondaries I've been around, led by Grant Delpit. You know, somebody asked me last night, he said, Coach, how you choose number 7? It wasn't hard this year. Grant came up and he said, Coach, I can wear number 7. I said, sure, you want 2 of them? Ain't no question. Well, you know, Grant is probably the best, the best defensive player coming back in the country this year. His family is from New Orleans. They moved from Houston. Great mom and daddy, great grandma. They cooked the best gumbo I ever ate. Don't tell my mama that, she'll get mad. Well, wonderful people. Grant came to media day in the SEC and what a great representation of an LSU Tiger. You couldn't ask for a better young man. At cornerback, we have Christian Fulton coming back, and what a great job of competing, man. This boy, he was ineligible for 2 years straight and didn't know if it'd be a 3rd year. Never missed practice, never blinked, never complained. And now it's his year. He's probably the top rated cornerback coming back in the SEC. At the left cornerback, we have Derek Stingley. We feel like Derek is going to be one heck of a football player, and he's also going to be a punt returner, so we need a little juice and a little fire back there. At the other safety is going to be Todd Harris, Keenan Jones, and Mo Hampton. Mo Hampton, excellent, strong safety that recruited out of Memphis. So we feel like we're in good shape on defense. We have a heck of a defense. Now, we got a big hole, special teams. Cole Tracy. How many of you knew he was going to make that field goal against Auburn? Raise your hand. No? Well, I knew, I guess. Okay, at punter, Zach Van Rosenberg's coming back, and Avery Atkins. Avery's a kickoff guy. We're putting Avery on scholarship. He's going to be a scholarship football player. He kicked 90% of his kickoff into the end zone. How about that? As a defensive coach, you love that stuff, ain't no question. How about the play against Georgia? How about he kicks it off and goes in there and recovers the fumble? He's like a little rat in there trying to get that ball, man. I love that about him. He's tough, and he's also been practicing field goal kicking. So you may see him eventually do all 3. But the guy that we're excited about is Cade York. He's got some big shoes to fill, and Cole Tracy. Cade kicked a 58-yarder in the one of the All-Star games. I think 59. You guys saw him, and I heard he's been doing very good in practice. But the first time I'm gonna see him kick is in August. So here we go. But one of the things that we did well is hire Coach Greg McMahon. Before we hired Greg McMahon, we were 120th in special teams. Last year we end up number 2. How about a hand for Coach McMahon? Yeah. Okay. Here comes my favorite part of the program. I'm opening up the question and answers, and I know this. On Monday morning when you go to work, y'all got all the answers. I ain't got none. I got them. I get it. Okay, and I love it that way. All right, we got 2 rules, okay? 2 rules in the question and answer deal. If you ask me a question about a recruit that we didn't sign, obviously I can't comment. I may be able to wink, and that's about it, okay? And then if you ask me a question I don't like, I'll have to answer it. Yes, sir. You know, anybody we sign ineligible. We're still waiting on Dante Starks. We don't know what's going to happen. He's not going to report to camp, but we're still waiting to see that. Hopefully, that he's going to be eligible for this year, but he still has a little bit of work to do. Yes, sir.
Coach, I've heard a lot of different coaches' opinions about the transfer portal.
Yeah.
Things they like, dislike. What's your personal opinion?
Yeah.
And you as a head coach, are you constantly scouring the transfer portals to see who is out there that might fit into your team?
Yeah. You know, the rule for graduate transfers, I'm all for. Obviously, Joe Burrow and Cole Tracy changed our football team last year. And if you graduate, you have 1 year to play, and you're not going to play, go somewhere else and play. I'm good with that. You graduated from school. I'm totally against the transfer portal for undergraduates. I do believe that, let's say, our guys get $1,100 a month cost of attendance. Okay, some of them are getting $500 from the Pell Grant with their school paid. And they don't tell you in February before you go to the 4th quarter program that you got to push and you got to go through spring ball, that they're going to transfer and they're going to stay in school and just do nothing. And then we got to push them to go to class. We can't control them and all that. And then they had 409 guys that entered the transfer portal that don't have scholarships. They gave up on education. Now, we've all been on jobs. We've all been in places where we wanted to go. We stuck it out. And look what happens. So I think that gives them an out. I'm against it. Now, if we could tailor make that they have to go through spring ball, they have to finish that spring semester be eligible, and give them a week to transfer, well, I'd be for it maybe. I do not scour the transfer portal, I promise you. Yes, sir.
Coach, do you do the haka dance with the haka?
Yeah. Have I done that yet?
Yeah.
Not yet. Hey, I'll tell you what. We beat the team we need to beat, I'm going to do it in the locker room. You got it. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Coach, you got a 12-game season. Mm-hmm. The SEC schedules 8 of them.
Yes, sir.
You pay one of your staff $500,000 a year to schedule 4 cream puff games.
How about that, huh? Hey, and he's worth every dollar. How about that, babe? How about that? All right. All right. All right. Anybody else? Yes. Block out the noise. You know, everybody tells you you're good, you're going to do this. You know, look like they tell you, everybody says you're not going to be good. Yeah? Come on, bring it on. Right? And then human nature, you're going to be good, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. Then what happened? Bang. We got to be hungry. We got to block out the noise. We can't have the big head. We got to get better at the line of scrimmage. We got better at football. We play LSU football. That's a great question. Thank you, man. Appreciate you asking that. Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, Coach, other than the Alabama game, what's going to be your toughest SEC game this year?
Well, what's the first one? You ain't gonna get me on that, bro. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
I see you just signed or you got your first commitment for
Uh-huh.
2021.
Yeah.
When you get that early of a commitment,
Yes.
Do you feel confident, or are you just glad and it snowballs, or?
You got to keep working.
Assess these.
You got to keep working. You just got to keep working. Hey, a commitment nowadays means they may visit. But you know, it's some people want to come to LSU. You know, some families come in there, they always want to come to LSU, and they wanted that situation. I don't pressure young men into commitments because that's when they usually get broken. But you know, sometimes people change their mind. You just got to keep on fighting. Recruiting is very fluid. It changes every day, man. You just got to keep on fighting in there. Okay, he told me we need to leave. Oh yeah, go ahead. Yes, sir.
What keeps you up at night, Coach?
What keeps me up at night? Kelly screaming at me. Take out the trash. Yes, sir.
Any update on number 18?
Yeah, you know, that's going to be coming soon.
Okay.
That'll be coming. It'll be to a very good player, I'll tell you that. You'll like it.
Will your offensive philosophy differ when you have Burrow in there versus when you have
Miles,
Miles?
a little bit. Yes, sir. There'll be, it won't be something that you'll notice with the naked eye, but there's some things that Joe does well. There's some things that Miles does well. We're going to do what both quarterbacks do well. But it won't be like we'll go to a power offense or nothing like that. That answer your question? Yes. Good. So we're going to run Joe more than we're going to run Miles. That's what you want to know. But Miles can run too. Okay. All right. He told me I got to end by 1. Okay, last thing. All right, here we go. I'll make a deal with you guys. We got a lot of coaches in here, man. Okay. Any one of you can call the first play of the first game that you want. Any one of you. I know everybody got some good players, right? Right? Okay, here's the deal. You got to be a touchdown. Go Tigers.
Support provided by Walters, Papillon, Thomas Cullens, LLC, specializing in business litigation and personal injury cases for over 40 years.